back in the kitchen with Chef Jon-Paul from Cordon Bleu, who's celebrating summer tasty grains and beans. And what are we this is tabbouleh?
No, actually, we're going to do wheat berries right now.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I'm sorry. I had the fever with the tabbouleh thing. I just had to get it out of my system.
He just wanted to sing.
Yeah, that's me.
Who's he kidding?
That's me. But let me tell you about some amazing stuff that we have here. These are wheat berries, and I'm just going to pour a little out here so you can kind of take a look at it. Now,
wheat berries.
This is a whole grain wheat, and I love these things, all right? Because typically when you have wheat, it's stripped of the bran. So this is a whole grain. And you can buy these in bulk, also very cheap by the pound. Go to a place like Sprouts or you know, any of those places, and it's really cheap. This is 1 cup. This is what it cooks up to. Now, when I work with this stuff, I'm going to take a cup of these grains. I'm just going to cover it with water.
These are cooked already?
These are cooked already, all right? So I'm going to take a cup of these and I'm going to soak them overnight, just like you would beans. All right? And kind of let them get in there because the bran is kind of dense. Then the next day, I cover it with water and I kind of cook it like pasta. Until it's tender. And what I'm looking for is, if you notice, some of these guys in here are kind of blown open a bit. They burst.
They kind of look like the inside of a bean, like a refried bean.
Yes. So when they blow open like that, that's an indicator that they're cooked. They're going to be chewy, all right? So if you're used to rice, they're going to be a lot chewier. So I recommend people that are turning their family onto this for the first time, mix it with rice, okay? Right? It's got a nice chew to it.
That's a little chewy.
No, I've been eating this stuff for a long time, so I'm used to it. But if you just turn somebody onto it for the first time, there's a lot of chewing. All right, so I might want to cut it with some pearl barley or some other kind of rice that doesn't have bran on it. All right. So what I've got going on over here is just a real simple preparation for it. I'm taking some pecans, and we're just going to toast these guys up a little bit. Now, when I'm working with pecans, I have a neutral oil in here. I'm using a little olive oil because I like the olive oil flavor, but mix and match. If you don't like pecans, use almonds, use walnuts, use anything. Filberts, doesn't matter. All right? These guys are just going to toast up. I know they're toasted when they start to get a little fragrant. And then I'm just going to warm this through. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of whoopty to it. So I have a poblano over here because you like your chilies.
I do like my chilies.
And then I'm just going to, I roasted this. Now let's talk about roasting peppers real quickly. When I roast a pepper, there's a couple ways I can do it. If I want to keep the color.
Let's our viewers see it right there. May I?
Oh, absolutely. If I want to keep the color, I'm going to do it in the oven. If I want to develop a really intense smoky flavor, I'm going to do it on the grill. Do not do it on a gas burner. All right, I'm not a big fan of that. And the reason is, it's very close to the gas burner. We don't have much gas here in Arizona, but I believe if you can smell it, you can taste it. So you're kind of infusing that gas flavor in there. All right.
This is not by accident that you're keeping this in the bag. Little tip here.
This is a mess. All right. So one thing, I want you to scrape this down and get all this stuff off the outside and keep it in the bag so it's nice and clean. But do not run this under water. And I see a lot of people do that. Well, they'll roast a pepper and they'll peel it under running water.
You take all the char, the goodness out.
Yeah, well, I mean, think about it. It's like grilling a steak and then turning a hose on it. Why would you do that?
Well, kind of the same, but not exactly.
So I'm going to take...
It's not burning over there.
It's not burning. It's toasting, Andy. Thank you.
Sorry.
It looks like it's burning to me.
Turn on her.
We'll vote on her.
Hummus revolution.
Right there.
All right. So we're just going to toast that off, and then I'm going to throw some of these guys in here, and we're just going to warm them through. All right, so I don't need super high temperature for that. I'm just warming this through. And then I'm going to take my chilies. I'm going to have a couple seeds in there, but so we can just expedite this.
Well, actually, I thought you were doing it for me because I like the seeds.
Oh, do you like the seeds?
I like a little extra of the whoopty,
Wow. All right. She's a dangerous woman. All right. So, yeah, seeds and these little ribs in here are going to have the most heat. So if you like that whoopty, go ahead and leave them in. So, Stephanie, I'm going to call you time-saving Stephanie.
That's me.
We're just going to chop these guys up and throw them in. And if you don't like this particular chili, use another chili. Jimmy crack corn. All right? It doesn't matter. But that's the dish. Now this, I would serve with just some kind of a simple grilled chicken, steak, pork chop. But it's got tons of flavor in it. And I've actually had people serve this just as a salad or as a warm first course. This also doesn't have to be hot.
Yeah, I was going to say that, to me, based on the way I tasted it, because obviously it was chilled, I can see that with like a light, like lime, a little olive oil
That's all you need.
With maybe a little cilantro and just like light and refreshing.
And this is like a starter recipe. So like I said, mix and match. I just want you to go out and try these grains. All right, so if you understand, soak them overnight, next day, pot of boiling water.
Grains.
These are called wheat berries.
Wheat berries,
okay?
I'm sorry.
Or if you find rye berries or any of the whole grains, they all cook the same way.
All right, done. Commitment, we will all buy wheat berries and eat them together.
I didn't see a whole lot of commitment over there. Okay, can I get a what for roughage? What? Okay.